Well, just say, hey, this is Karen.
It's Courtney and Karen. What's poppin'? A lot. That was a lot of saliva. Wow. Thanks for the screen guard. Caught some of that. Just did the smurf like a contra over here though. Would've been back. Hey, this is Courtney.
And Karen. All right, let's do that again.
Hey, this is Courtney.
Hey, this is Karen.
You looking at the camera?
Nope.
What were you
I was
saying?
looking down there.
I knew. I should have said it before I said something.
I completely
make sure
forgot.
you're looking at the camera. You look like
I'm looking way down here. Okay.
crying.
All right.
I'm crying.
Okay.
I'm crying over here. Hey, this is Courtney.
Hey, this is Karen, and today we are here to talk about how to keep a relationship together through and during tough times.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to expound on what we've experienced as a couple together, what tough times we've experienced, and we're just going to like define it and then expound more on those defdefinitions. So
Financial crisis.
financial crisis.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
What else?
let's
What's
see.
one of the other things?
Yeah. Finances, I guess depression, mental illness issues.
Yeah, somebody's kind of out mentally, checks out.
Checks out. Yep.
By proxy, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Parenting, injuries,
Yeah, somebody's injured. Yeah.
or
Or health
issues.
Let's
Yeah.
just say that in general, health issues.
Yeah, health issues. So those are the kind of things that we've experienced together that we think that were considered tough times.
Yeah.
So how did we keep our relationship together during these times?
Financially. What do we do? So like I think we always face some type of financial crisis because
It's like 24/7.
you gotta manage your money or it's just gonna slip out of your hands. That just goes to like all the things you're subscribed to. Food, gas, all the other things in life that you got to take care of. But if you're not managing the day-to-day stuff, it can easily turn into a financial crisis. I mean, like in the beginning, yeah, we had a lot, and I think we still deal with some things that are reoccurring. But I think over time we've gotten a little bit better. There's apps, there's budgeting. But one of the things that's what we've done. We've actually started to budget more, be more conscious about what we're spending our money on and what we got it going out to. Like our kids, we have a certain things for them and it's mostly towards education and not like the entertainment because we feel that's as important. So yeah.
No, well,
you don't think so? Or do you?
I guess my definition is it might be a little different than yours. Because all of the financial crisis that we went through is literally living paycheck to paycheck. We have 5 kids.
Yeah.
So part of the financial crisis is figuring out how we're going to get groceries, how we're going to get food, how we're going to pay for, rent, bills, all that stuff. That's what I consider what we've gone through together through tough times. And how did we keep our relationship together during those times? Like, how did we not end up fighting and, you know what I'm saying? Like things like that.
I mean, because I think just because pointing fingers is one thing, but it's just taking responsibility. Like, seriously, like, irregardless of you, if it was you, because mostly it was you in the beginning handling most of the finances, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, it's probably easier to blame her and point to her because she's not doing X, Y, and Z, but, like, at the same time, how come I can't jump in there and look at the finances too and just depend on her to do it? That's not just take responsibility.
Right. So just to give a little background, when we first got married, I pretty much was doing everything. And so that was part of that was doing the finances. And so I paid bills. I was budgeting, I was doing everything that is geared towards financing. I did everything. And he was never a part of it. He was never there. He was like he was always checked out. So that's a little background as to why he's saying, that he couldn't really point fingers at me because he wasn't even there to help me through it.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I thought that you had it all together.
Yeah.
But that's not taken away from anything. It's just saying that you can have somebody that's really good with math and numbers and all that stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're continually or consistently good at doing it, or that they don't need help with figuring certain things out
Right.
to get done and how and when. So there's just some stuff that's like she would put before other things. And I'm like, well, why didn't you do this before that? Because this is more important. She's sometimes not able to see that because she's looking at from
a different perspective
than I am. And then like when I say something, she's like, oh man, yeah, that's right. That makes sense. So that little tweak right there lets me know that, okay, she can't keep doing this all the time, because sometimes we wind up in the same situation. It's like, if I keep checking out and depending on her, it's not like she's not good with math or she can't handle it. It's that when we do it together and I put my input into what we're actually doing and where we want our money to do, it's better because we're both accountable for taking care of and putting our money and in the right direction, versus just like putting it all on one person. Because when she checks out or she's sick or she has, we're going to talk about in a second, have issues mentally, and then who's going to pick up the ball and keep it going?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have to scramble to figure all that stuff. If I'm not involved or engaged in the process in the first place, then I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. I'm gonna really be short. So
right.
Yeah.
Well, our whole family is really going to be short.
Yeah, it's
because
gonna suffer.
Yeah,
sure.
because he brings in perspectives that I never would have, like, it never would have made sense to me if I was thinking certain things like by myself. Like,
Yeah.
I would only see it from one point of view. And not majority of the times it would be wrong, but I mean, majority of the times, like, I would be making like backward decisions. But then when he comes in and puts his input, then it helps steer me like to the right course. Yeah.
Course correction.
Of how,
course
correction of how we spend our money. So I mean, I just never grew up being taught how to budget and all that stuff. So I kind of
so not in the school system. So yeah. Or our parents never really had the fortitude either. I know my mom didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to learn this stuff off the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just life.
I mean, it really took us a while, and I don't know, probably Courtney a while to even realize how much he had to be involved.
Yeah.
Like, how did you come
to that realization? When stuff was getting paid.
When stuff wasn't getting paid.
When I got my truck taken. I'ma just let's just be real.
When he got it, was it repossessed?
My truck got taken. That's when I really snapped. It all came together for me. Let me say.
Literally on the day we were moving,
Can't make this stuff up, man.
Whatever he is, bondsman or whatever, tow truck people. They came and repoed his truck literally on the day that we were moving a couple years ago, because I mismanaged. I mismanaged so badly. Like, instead of paying for the car note, I ended up paying something else that wasn't even really important. But at that time, like, I could have waited to pay on it, but then I paid that instead of the car note. And if he would have been involved, then he would have been like, I know he would have been like, pay the car note first, because that's more important, and then we can pay on this later, because then we would end up talking it out. Right. So that's pretty much what we do, is we talk it out.
Yeah, we hash it out. We have to.
We hash it out together.
Why we don't cover any bases. Nothing's really missed. We can see it from different angles, or we know what to cancel, what we don't need anymore, what we're not even subscribed to anymore. Like, it's like, nah. So we can save more money and put it towards this or grow this over here. So yeah,
right.
That's why I really got involved, because I was like, hold up. It's not.
He's like, what? I thought we were good.
I'm like, I'm looking at her. Man, it was sad. It was a sad day, man. It was a sad day.
I felt so bad. Like, I was like, oh crap. Like,
yeah. So every time I see a truck, that was the model of the truck that I had. I just stare and I just
cried a little bit.
I go to another place and I just kind of there's a little tear. There's a little tear in there somewhere.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I couldn't
That's
really
how I got
imagine.
involved. A tragic
Crises.
happened for me to just snap out and be like, no, I really got to jump in. No doubt. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share my 2 cents.
Right.
I'm gonna be heard.
Yeah. And so with me, when it comes to money, I had gotten so used to moving money around so much.
Let's just call it what it is, juggling.
Yeah. I was just juggling money around so much.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah. Yep. And that's all I knew. And that's all it kept happening. And then that happened.
Carried over into other, if you do it on a small level, you're going to do it with a big level.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to learn how to manage your money. There's so many resources. Financial literacy, people. If they're not going to teach us in high school. They need to. And they probably do at private school. And even if they don't, parents, we need to be teaching our kids how to be good stewards of money, and just be good stewards, period, with anything that they have, toys, whatever. Just take care of stuff and manage it properly. Because when you don't do that or you don't have that skill, you're just living reckless out here, man. Yeah. It's crazy.
And we're still, we're still struggling. We still haven't gotten
certain
our
mindsets.
Groove. Yeah, we haven't gotten our groove with it. We haven't gotten our, just the one-mindedness on it either, because I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna totally still and fall.
And I'm, now I'm able to rely on him to put his input, into certain situations where before I had to rely on myself. I had to rely on my own knowledge of my theories. And that was pretty much all my theories, and it was that all I thought wrong. Yeah, and that I thought was right.
And even me, I'm not saying that I had it all together or figured out, but it's just like when we together we work together and try to figure out, like I was saying earlier, financial literacy, understand what money is, how it works, and we do that. We go through that together so we can better understand and put it to use like it's supposed to. Like when we're on the same page, that's when it really starts happening. Yeah. But there's still some bad habits that we have, and we stumble and we fall. But we're trying not to make the same old mistakes. We're trying to make new mistakes, if that makes sense. To when we're in this financial literacy game, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
But as long as we're moving forward, I think that's what's important.
Yeah.
And we have like a lot of people we can rely on, resources. Hopefully we can.
Not anymore.
Well, no, we do.
We used to.
I mean, we do. What do you mean we don't have anymore? There are people in our life. What are you talking about?
Okay, I guess.
Yeah, like people that are successful with money, that are
using them as like our mentors or something.
Right.
Like that.
So that's another thing. In cases like this, you don't want to deal with people that are broke or don't have money, telling you or giving you advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, but on the opposite end, we've met homeless people who were millionaires or who used to be millionaires. Very brilliant, you can tell, but they just choose not to live, you know what I'm saying, the way the world works. But they just have it together. But just be wise about, be careful who you tell or who you listen to about money or finances. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to make sense, y'all. And there's got to be something that backs it up. So use wisdom when it comes to that. Don't just go out there.
Also, the way that we were able to tough it out together was we communicated with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, and I am still learning how to go, because I have this issue, right, where I need instant gratification, and because of it, I tend to spend the money that we don't have, and then not tell him about it.
Yeah.
And that has been happening. That's a cycle that has been happening for a long time.
Yep.
That I'm trying to break. And the way that I break it is I literally just go to him every single time and be like, babe, I'm about to spend this money. Majority of the times.
What? What do you mean? What?
No, but then you come to me when you find out. You're like, "Hey, did you spend some money?"
Yeah, because I'm clocking the finances.
He's been clocking it like craziness.
Like, for real, like
yeah.
Huh?
So
yeah, we can't be having that.
Right, and so that's kind of a way, one step.
It's accountability.
Yeah,
it's accountability.
yeah,
Everybody, that's what it is. Keeping each other accountable.
Yeah,
for the things that we want in our life, and for especially for our finances.
Yeah.
If we agree to walk a certain path, we need to be honest with ourselves for one, and then be able to be honest with each other and hold each other accountable. That's what it comes down to.
And to be okay with that.
Yeah, the yes or the no.
And we don't,
you get in your way or whatever. Me not getting my way.
Right,
yeah,
right.
I have to be okay.
Yeah, when the other person says no. Let's not. Let's wait.
Yeah.
Let's, do this first and blah, blah, blah.
Put off for another day.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And so
you gotta be all right. Be like, okay, yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's how we're able to stick together through these tough times, is because we are able to, the way that we communicate with each other.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know how we've gotten to that point.
What? Through all the failures.
Through all the failures.
That's how, like, losing is how you become used to.
And plus, I think too, because we're the type of people that we can see, like, if something's not working.
Yeah, try a different way. Yeah.
Try a different way.
Absolutely.
That we want to change something, or there's got to be something that needs to change in the way that we approach, whatever.
Yeah.
Together. So as a married couple.
Yeah. You just gotta be honest with yourself again. Hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
And then when you don't get your way, you gotta be like, because sometimes it's not a definitely like no, like there's an indefinite no to that. Sometimes it's like, well, when you hash it out, it's like, okay, not right now, but in a couple of weeks, or maybe when this happens, or when that happens, then we can do that. And then a lot of times recently, it's been like, what's the ROI? What's the return on investment? Like, if we do this, how's it, like, is it going to benefit us? Like, is it really going to help us make, it's not, everything's not all about the money, but it's like, is this really going to benefit us educationally, or is it going to benefit us just to satisfy something that we want to do and just, take a notch off the belt? So we got to look at it from that perspective now. Like, if it doesn't make sense, then we don't even mess with it a lot of times.
And it's good because he's been throwing that out like
I have to.
almost every single time that I want to spend some money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you are the spender, do not manage the money by yourself, and do not try to budget and like do all these things.
Do it together. It makes so much sense.
Just me speaking on experience, like, it was rough. Like, and this will lead us to, the whole mental illness and stuff like that.
And I want to say this too, like, there is, people that are the spender and people that are the saver. You guys need to learn from each other. Yes. Especially from the person. If you spend a lot, there's nothing wrong with spending money. There's not. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you're a saver, there's nothing wrong with saving money.
Right.
It's not you versus the other person or whatever. But the thing is, like, how do you guys meet in the middle? That's the important part. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to spend money, whatever y'all work out, the spender wants to spend money and the saver is like, well, we need to save this. Y'all have to work that out. Yeah. So that way y'all know where y'all can flow. I mean, obviously the saver wants to save as much as possible. If you're frugal, if you like to, pinch everyone as you can, and you have a person that is like you're with and that likes to just spend. Cause like, if that's their own money they're making on the side, whatever you negotiate, whatever you work out, make sure you just all that's set in the forefront. Yeah. Don't be coming back and be like, you always spend money, blah 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 blah. Like, you got with the person, you knew how they were. Yeah. Don't try to say that. Don't be the spender and be like, all you do is pinch pennies, blah 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 blah. You gotta work it out.
Right.
Why are your hands on me, man?
Well, because I was about to say that
hands off me, man.
The way we met, we didn't know that of each other, and that's going to happen because when you get married, there's going to be some things that you did not know of that person. Yeah, and so he's saying, well, you knew the person that you met and you knew blah blah blah, but no, did you really? Right. And so if you guys do make that step into the marriage, then you really have to know. And be okay with like, what is it? Be okay with like your dirty laundry coming out.
Yeah. Coming out, laying around the house on the floor, in the bathroom. Y'all gotta figure that out.
Dude, just don't be afraid of it because like I'm telling you, it's a crutch. Like it's when you're afraid of it and then you try to keep it a secret, it's gonna come out eventually. It may take years. Or it may not. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come out.
It's just bite the bullet and just deal with it up front. If you have the opportunity.
If you can deal with it up front.
Have that conversation early as possible.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
And it shouldn't deter one another from taking the next step or whatever. But it's like, at least you know where you at and be like, okay, these are things we want to work on in our marriage to improve X, Y, and Z and so forth or whatever. Because nobody's always or all the way right about something. Because the other person, that's what we're here for as a couple. We're here to help balance each other out. You know, when somebody's so uptight like this one over here, gotta loosen her up. I gotta loosen her up because she's so uptight and stressed out for certain things. And I'm just like, no, it's not that serious. Just chill out. And that kind of makes me like, oh, they think that I'm the spender, but no, I'm the more frugal one when it comes. I'm more conservative when it comes to savings and having money because I've been there before. I
thought he was the spender only because he was spending like without talking to me. But come to find out, he was spending because he thought we had it to spend.
True,
he did not know, and still, so it's kind of
again
like
being accountable from the jump, off the rip in a relationship about the finances, knowing what to do, where our money's going, and so forth. Right. So I think we're good. I think we're good. We touched on it pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
The next one, the next topic. What are we talking about?
All right, so the next part of that is going into the whole mental illness. Yeah, mental illness.
Go ahead, speak on it.
I can speak on what I deal with. It's more so depression, anxiety, and then come to find out some bipolar 2 and some ADD. So I had a childhood trauma, and so it was it defined my whole life. It really did. And so I deal with a lot of stuff. And so it bled on over to our marriage because when certain things, so I have control issues. I had control issues as well. So when things weren't going a certain way, I would get so irritated and so angry because of that control that I didn't have, that I needed or wanted so badly. When things were out of order, that put me in such a depression that I would literally just lock myself up in my room and not even care if the kids were being fed, not even caring about myself being fed. All I wanted to do was just lay in the bed. I was numb, all of this stuff, and not taking care of the kids and not taking care of my house, not taking care of myself, not taking care of my husband, so I still deal with it. I'm learning how to cope with it so that it doesn't lead me into that anymore. But, before we had some like marital issues, because of I didn't trust him. It was just a lot of, was it mistrust?
Yeah.
Mistrust,
misunderstanding.
Well, yeah, mistrust, so. Not necessarily misunderstanding because
I didn't understand a lot.
So from your part, yeah. So what happened was because when I would fall into, those things, the depression and all of that stuff, he had to step up and literally care for everything. So he would work. He would come home having to, cook, having to clean, having to take care of the kids, like all of that while I was in my, depressive mode. I would go, low, deep, dark, and then high, kind of hyper focused on certain things. And, and it would be a cycle. Yeah. So we've never really even talked about this, like how he kind of felt, you know what I'm saying? About it, or like you having to do all these things, pick up all these things for two parents. now since whenever I fell into that.
Being a single parent and the other while other parents in the house.
Mm-hmm. It's not funny because
no, I mean I laugh because no, it's real talk. What are you gonna do? Honestly. Well, like in the beginning, I didn't know so much, so I was just like, "What's going on?" And I don't think we had an argument or fight about it. Really, I don't think we even
because I told you from the beginning that I deal with a lot of that stuff.
I mean, it just made me look at depression in a different way. I mean, it's just different. People go through different forms of depression. It can show up in different forms. I actually had a best friend of mine. We went through a lot of stuff together, and he suffered from depression. And I didn't even know the whole time that I knew this. I knew this brother because I call him brother, and he wound up committing suicide. So that really hurt me, and then for her to be diagnosed with depression, it kind of like makes you angry at depression. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? So like dealing with that this whole time, it's kind of stressful because I have a physical job that I do. I'm a welder by trade, so it's hard coming home doing construction work and coming home and taking care of the kids. Like and then cleaning and making sure they're cleaned up. I didn't say I was perfect or anything like that in the beginning, no. But it's hard. It's not easy.
Getting
and it
them
takes
ready
a
for
lot.
bed.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you mentally too. And it can make you resentful. But like you can give up and walk away from it all. It's so easy, but to what end? You know, like I just really thought like, okay, this is my family. I have to take care of my family. I have to make sure my kids are fed. I got to make sure not only that I have to clean up certain things after them, but I make sure I tell them, hey, make sure you do this, clean up. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks, but what are you going to do? I'm more angry at the depression than I am at her or the circumstance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, like I said, it could make you resentful. It can make you harbor or feel a certain way. But I guess I never really looked at it like that. I never was like, I have to take care of my family, period, regardless. Because what are you going to do? You're going to whine or complain or, you know, I think she needs to get help. When she kind of talked and was able to verbalize and say some things, I was like, maybe you need help. You know what I'm saying? I think we were first talking about like if you feel this way, maybe try some natural things first or whatever, just to see if that's gonna do anything or help your moods. But then I was like, maybe you need to go get some professional help.
Yeah.
So I think that has helped and turn around a lot of stuff. But going through it for we've been married for 13 years now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So 11 of those years.
Yeah, 11 of those years is
I did not get any help.
Yeah. So, but it's not easy, but what do you, like I said, it depends on how you are, how thick your skin is. Are you going to whine and complain or moan, or are you going to take care of your family?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. It's not all perfect, but you know, you still have to take care of your family.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. If you're going to be a man period, or a man of integrity, a man of honor, you are going to take care of your family.
Right.
I have a father. I know my biological father. I have a relationship with him. It's not as good as it can be. And he wasn't there in the beginning because him and my mom were divorced, but I knew who he was. So having a father at home wasn't really a strong thing for me. And having this see those things or not see those things is going to cause you to do one or two things. Either you're going to run from it or you're going to face it and deal with it. So I had to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't easy. Again, I don't think I handled a lot of it perfect because I kind of was frustrated in the beginning, but then I had to pray. I had to ask God for strength. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I would come home and I didn't want to do anything, or I wouldn't want to cook or do anything, but I just had to do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about, sometimes it's not about your feelings or how it doesn't even care about your depression. Doesn't care. You still got to do what you got to do for your family. That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say. I'll just say it like that because there's no, I can nuance or go on about certain things or this and that, but if you, like I said, if you care about your family, if you don't want your family to starve, if you want your kids to be taken care of, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to deal with it.
Yeah,
and you got to definitely make sure that she's getting the help or taking the meds or whatever that she's taking too.
Right. And so while he was caring for them, like he had to kind of care for me, or I guess it seemed like he really didn't know what to do when it came to me, that he would just, you know,
give you space.
Give me space, you know, the kids telling them that I need space and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So he did help out tremendously. And, you know, at first, you know, I felt, I don't know. I don't know what I felt. I kind of felt bad. You know, at the same time, I didn't feel anything, you know what I'm saying,
right.
while I was doing it. And I think, it probably led to even more depression, you know, because I wasn't helping out and doing all this stuff. But, you know, my life sucks and it looks like this and it's not this and it's not that. So, you know, he stuck it out. He stuck it out for a long time, a very long time. I know I probably told you that I appreciate you very much with that. Because I think that if you were resentful and you showed it, that it probably would cause a whole lot of problems. Yeah, I don't know if I would have ever gotten help or, you know what I'm saying, like that. He allowed for it to, or for me to just get to the point myself that I needed help. He wasn't forcing it on me or anything like that. I got to a certain point. It was deep, dark. That's when I knew. I was like, you know what? I need to get some help. And that's,
I just brought it up as a
couple of times he would bring it up and I'd be like, no, I'm good. Yeah. You know,
that's it.
But he stepped back, but stepped up.
You just have to, like, for my part, like, even now when she goes to therapy or she takes medicine, I'm still like, okay, because I don't want her to be fully dependent on it.
Yeah.
Or if it's something like crazy, I kind of like, I have to question. It's our, if you don't question it, first of all, you won't know. You won't get more information. Plus, I do my own research, too, about certain things. I'm like, I don't know. Do you really need that? You know what I'm saying? Or is that something that you're really dealing with? Or, you know what I'm saying? Bringing those questions up, questioning certain things doesn't necessarily mean and that's how we had to establish too. It's not me being negative towards whatever she's dealing with. It's just me trying to understand as well. What, if she knows what she's talking about, for one, or if that's really what she's dealing with, you know what I'm saying, to kind of help her through the process. So, yeah.
Yeah. So do you question it? Like, you still kind of question it, like, deep down, but
no, I mean, like when you get diagnosed with something like ADD, ADHD, what is bipolar? Because but then there's two different type of bipolars.
There is one
and
and
like,
two.
what is it? No, I don't know. So I have to.
So
there's a lot.
Me also doing, you know, research and stuff like that. Like I came across that there was two different ones, and the one that I'm diagnosed with is exactly what I had gone through in the past and experience. And so that's
when she told me that, and I was like, okay, so, and then I asked her questions, so I was like, okay, yeah, that's tracking on what we've been through, what she's been feeling. So okay, so just being there to make sure, like, she's not being led by some doctor that's trying to, you know.
I love my psychologist. If she's listening or watching, hello. It's Dr. Lenan Romano on Doctor on Demand. Shout out.
Yeah, Dr. on Demand.
Love her.
I have a therapist too, and I can't put his name out there because I don't know about her.
Yeah, he's only seen him like once, but I see mine.
But yo, it's therapy, real talk, it's cool. It's good stuff, man.
Yeah,
and that's helped me.
Well, when you find the right one, so I will say that I will put a disclaimer. You have to, you got to interview, you have to shop around, and you have to find that one. When I came across Dr. Lenan, you know, I'm just talking. She's just getting to know me, talking, and she's like, that sounds a little bit like bipolar 2. Like, she specifically said 2. I was like, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, nobody else said that. You know what I'm saying? But it was just the symptoms and, you know, all that stuff was prevalent.
Right.
Even though I wasn't trying to be, trying to show her that I was this or, trying to show her that I was that. No, I was just, just talking to her or whatever about things. And so anyway, so she pointed out a couple of things that nobody else would point out. And so, and then just, I'm going to say the relationship that we have.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
Yeah, she's a lot brighter when she talks to her therapist, and I feel the same thing. I even though I have this is going to be another session I booked coming up soon, but it's like a weight gets lifted off. You get understanding, and look, even if you don't take everything they say, or you take to heart, or you take just a little bit what they say with a grain of salt, you're gonna glean a little bit of something, or know a little bit of something, what you're dealing with or what's going on with you. You're gonna get but if that's something that's gonna help you, I say it's worth it. Yeah, because if you're not, we're all about doing self-improvement and and doing deeper work, whether that's just to be spiritual, mental, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get caught slipping out here nowadays, man, because it's crazy. So you want to at least have yourself in check and make sure you are doing yourself a good service of making sure mentally you're checking in pretty good. We check in with each other all the time.
He does. He calls me in the mid morning and mid afternoon check-ins and stuff. Why did you start doing that? I guess
because I just wanted to make sure you're not spending all our money. Just to keep everything on the straight and narrow.
Keeping it 100.
Yeah, $1.58 and some change
is what I'm spending.
Yes. Just straight off the cuff. Check it in.
Oh, you suck. I'm thinking like, he cares about me.
Is that so? I do care. I absolutely care about you. Just like I care about our finances. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you check it in.
Alerts. I got all the alerts on my phone now, and I'll be seeing like, what is this? Hey, though, did you what was this for? Amazon?
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, nah, we ain't playing no games. No, sir. We are no.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it though. I really do, because it keeps me on the straight and narrow. Yeah. Sometimes we do slip.
I mean, like, but listen,
we're going back to finances. No,
but it's like, look, real quick. Patience. Yeah. If you're gonna save money, you gotta be patient. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing.
I don't really think like you have to be. It's not really about being frugal. It's about being patient. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can sum it all up, you have to be patient. You know what I'm saying?
So patient with finances, patient with the person
dealing with the person. Yes. Let's
dealing
really
with the mental illness.
Yeah. You have to be. You can't be quick to judge or assume. You kind of gotta sit. You gotta sit back and like think a little bit. Like, yo, what's really going on? Yeah. And also prayer. Yeah. And having other people talking to other people in your circle. Maybe like I have two brothers I definitely talk to that I go to and talk to. Like we kind of have a little meeting every once in a while. We'll just check in with each other, see how each other's doing, and we just talk it up. We'll chop it up and stuff like that. So that's good for me. Yeah. And but then now I have my therapist. I talk to him about certain things.
Yeah. So. And it's not that he's going through mental illness issues. He's just talking why. Yeah. Like, why are you talking to the therapist? I thought that you needed to because I was like, you have some
No. Real talk. I went to a therapist when I was young. I got diagnosed with ADHD when I was a kid. Yeah. And they sent me to a therapist. Yeah. They said I was dyslexic. Yeah. So they said all this stuff, and I would write certain things back. I would see B and D back with the lowercase. I would write those backwards and get them confused and stuff. Yeah. So, like, this is like when the beginning of ADHD was even a
Emmanuel,
thing.
With Ileana.
In the 80s. So
all our kids or something. For some reason, they always did that. They switched it up.
I remember, like I said, I had a good time, or it was really relaxing or enjoyable talking to the therapist. Yeah. So I was like, why not pick it up again? She's doing it. She seems to feel better. Yeah. And so maybe I just need to make sure I'm good. Yeah. Check in. Talk to somebody.
Yeah, because you can't. You cannot hold this stuff in. That's the
even though that's kind of like how we were.
We were in the beginning.
No, raised as kids. Oh, raised, like, just like especially men. Men are not told to.
Like you're not allowed to feel your big emotions,
right? And it's
or not feel them, display them.
Right.
Like,
especially if it's with people that you don't trust.
Yeah.
Or you won't find out until they use whatever you say. They'll use that against you.
Yeah.
They'll use those emotions against you. So you are really guarded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's just speaking on experience and just from seeing it through other people, and I see it mostly through men. It's been used for men. Like they're invulnerable if they're shown weak or stuff like that. Like they straight up, you know what I'm saying? Society ain't got no love for them. You know what I'm saying? So, and we can be hard. We can be hard all the time, but sometimes we go through things. We struggle, and we need other people that we can talk to. So, like, I don't talk to her about certain things.
Yeah,
because there's just certain things I just don't talk to her about because, like, depending on what type of mood she is. But I have other different people that I talk to, like my brothers I talk to. And like now, my therapist. So that's why.
Yeah.
That's good. What's the next one?
That's good. So that's pretty much it about that.
So the next thing we want to talk about is like injury. Somebody's injured or hurt. It's kind of like the same. It's kind of like, it's really like the same thing when we're dealing with mental health. She was out. I had to step up and take care of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one that gets injured. But I'm not really out.
But
like,
you're not in the hospital like that.
Yeah,
for
I'm not
days.
laid up in a hospital.
However, you know, there was one instance that had occurred that was it a shock to your vagus nerve?
Yeah, the vagus nerve.
So
something happened.
Some tripped. Pretty much, it's like a vehicle tripping or something, like a wire, a circuit. Yeah,
so basically, let me go. Just like, so what happened was I was on what was that medicine I was on? It starts with a P. Prednisone, right? Because I was having a breakout or rash or something. So it was it's a taper.
Steroid.
You start off with 5, then you take it goes for 5 days. You take the first day you take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So like it's a taper, right? This is my first day taking it, and we had ordered pizza. So I guess it was like the perfect storm for this to happen. So I ate some pizza. I took prednisone, ate some pizza because you're supposed to eat it with some food, or they say. So I was like, all right, kill this because I was changing my diet anyway, but pizza was there. So I was like, I'm going to eat this and be good. Right. So anyway, took the prednisone, ate the pizza, and then I had made some electrolyte water that I was walking back to the room and I was laying down. And I was feeling real thirsty because, you know, the pizza was salty. And I got up real quick. I chugged the electrolytes. And then next you know, I was
Wait,
like,
what did you feel?
Oh, I felt my chest. It was like on the left side of my chest. And I was like, ow. And I passed out on the bed.
He passed out on the bed.
Yeah.
And then he kind of was like seizing up a little bit. He wasn't like, you know, he wasn't doing all that. But he was kind of like seizing up. He was, you know, his mouth was tight.
Yeah.
Tight.
It was a little health scare.
Yeah, it was a scare because then there was a moment where it looked like he wasn't breathing. Yeah. So it was pretty scary.
Yeah, and I woke up and I was like hot and, you know, she was all in my face. I'm like, give me some space. Why are you so close to me?
I didn't know. He was waking up. I was there the
girl.
whole time, like
hey,
making sure.
It's hot. You know, black people, when we get hot, we need space. Don't be all nah.
Oh, I'm sorry that I thought you on
I was like, get up out of my, you know, I was doing that. I was like, back up, homie. You don't know me like that.
Anywho,
you know what I'm saying?
Anywho,
for real.
Yeah, but no, I thought you. Yeah. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what I didn't know what was going on. So, at first, I thought he was joking.
Yeah, and she thought I was crazy.
And then this eye was going the back of his head. I was like, oh, yeah, he's not choking.
Yeah, and then I felt, you know, sore in certain places where I shouldn't have felt sore.
That's a lie. I didn't punch him or anything like that.
On me when I'm asleep.
I was just smacking him in his face, waking him up. I was shaking his face, shaking his body.
Just whooping on me.
No, I wasn't.
So anyways, yeah, I worked a full day and then went to the doctor after that day of work. So anyway, that was pretty
and we
scary.
was out for literally almost 1.5 days.
Yeah,
almost 2 days.
Yeah.
We went to the emergency room. Thankfully, we did have, you know, family support where they were able to watch the kids.
Right.
But
we took our two youngest.
But the thing is, what would have happened
if we didn't have
if you never came? If you never came to.
Or true. Yeah, you tell me.
I'd be stuck, I guess. Then this is why he needs to take care of his health, and this is why he is now being better at it.
Yeah, being more health conscious,
being
watching
more
what I
health
eat.
conscious. Yes.
So yeah.
So how sticking together through tough time. I mean, that's like a no-brainer. Like you gotta be together. Man. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it calls for, man. Yeah. Certain things or situations gonna come up.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
and I had to take care because the girls came with us the first time.
Yeah.
And I had to take care of them. I had to take them home. I had to do a bunch of stuff, but I came back and
I told her to leave. I was like,
them.
They don't need to be here because I was just like.
Still waiting.
Yeah, we were waiting to get seen. So yeah, just to get checked up. So but
that's real small.
I've done all my blood work. Everything's good. I'm healthy. Everything's fine as far as like the doctors what they said.
Yeah.
So I just need to make sure that I'm taking. Just it's a little scary, but it's like one of those things. Like, hey, you just need to make sure you eating good.
Yeah.
Take care of your gut health. Take care of your mental health. Take care of everything. Take care of everything. Just take care of yourself. Because if you don't really take care of yourself, you know what I'm saying. You're not gonna be here.
Yeah.
Or how are you gonna take care of somebody else if you're not really taking care of yourself? Mm-hmm. Or you know what I'm saying?
And you're gonna leave them alone, having to take care of everything.
Yeah, that's not good, man.
So
it's not good.
Definitely be health conscious.
Yeah.
Definitely be health conscious. Definitely.
What? Just me?
No. Can I finish?
You just pointing at me like definitely be health conscious. Am I the only one that needs to be health conscious? Go ahead and finish, man.
Definitely be health conscious and definitely seek help.
Absolutely.
Because we need to be here together. We have 5 children, and we need to be here together through this, through everything. Because I'm not going to knock off these single parents and stuff like that, but we know it's hard.
It is.
He was a single parent, for a long time while I was, in my mode. And, and I was a single parent kind of during that time. But also, he did check out a lot throughout our marriage. And I was the only one that was cleaning and cooking and, prepping and taking care of the kids and all that stuff. So we traded off. So I knew how it was to be a single parent, with another parent in the home. So we just stuck it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just be there for each other. And,
pick up the slack.
Pick up the slack and
talk.
Don't be resentful. Communicate.
Figure out how to help the other person. That's what it's all about, man.
Be empathetic and things like that. And I think it'll. It's working out.
It's working out.
It'll work out, and it is working out.
Don't be a punk. How about that?
Don't be a punk.
Don't be a punk. You gotta say it like that.
Okay.
Figure it out. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hopefully you guys like this and it'll help you or you gain something or glean something from it.
Yes.
So again, thank you again.
Appreciate
it.
We love you, day. Even though we just met.
Show love. Yeah.
But we're loving people.
Yeah, we are.
We just found out we have big hearts. Like literally big hearts. We went to a chiropractor.
That's not necessarily a big thing. A good thing.
It is. We have big hearts.
It's not. I don't think he was implying. He said we have good, healthy hearts. That's. Anyway, thank you guys again.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes.